And Johnny, let's close out the podcast. Moving, we went from Marvel to DC. Now we're going into Disney and
Disney DC sandwich.
Yeah, the Disney. Well, Marvel
is
DC,
Disney.
But this is strictly Disney.
Yeah,
like
but
this isn't Disney Marvel.
Yeah, but this is Disney.
I get it. They're owned by the same company.
Yeah,
That's what you're trying to do. It's a loose sandwich. It's more like an open-ended sandwich.
We use two different types of bread for some odd reason.
Yeah, we use like rye and white.
No. We used an actual bun because you cut that and you got two different sides still, but it's from the same.
It's like a pretzel bun.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
It's like a
the
pretzel
top's
bun.
different from the bottom.
Yeah.
But you cut it from the same loaf.
I like that. So what we're talking about is basically and you know what I've noticed?
I just did a meme.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed this podcast?
We do a lot of sandwiches?
No, not that. I've been saying the word basically a lot, and it's annoyed me.
Because you're a basic bitch.
Like, every time I've said basically on this podcast, I've just wanted to stab myself in the eye.
You gonna go get yourself your pumpkin spice latte?
If it's annoyed you
got your Ugg boots on, right?
It has annoyed me too. No, I've got my sandals on today. I don't even know what brand of sandals they are. They're from last summer. But what we're talking about is Disney live action.
Too warm for your Ugg boots?
We saw Aladdin was the last one we've seen. Of course, we had.
At least he's not wearing yoga pants.
We've had Dumbo. I'm trying to think of the other Disney the Maleficent movies. The new one coming out as well. We're gonna have Lion King in a couple of weeks.
Cinderella way back when.
Well,
you said Beauty and the Beast, right? I wasn't paying attention.
We have some new
to be honest
on a new Disney live action movie. So they're planning on doing a Little Mermaid Disney live action movie, and according to Variety,
we're getting Christopher Walken as Ariel.
Oh, The Jungle Book. That was the other one I was thinking of. Thank you for that with the Christopher Walken reference. But basically,
look at the stuff.
Variety,
Isn't it neat?
Variety is. Wow.
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete?
Be Christopher Walken as Sebastian. So Under the Sea.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Darling, it's better. Downwards wetter. Take it from me.
I don't want to see that. It was bad enough that I had to see King Louis.
That was pretty good, actually.
It was okay, but it wasn't. It was not as good as.
Oobie-doo. I want to be like you.
Why am I blanking on his name?
I want to walk like you, talk like you.
Baloo. Why am I blanking on his name?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray as Baloo. But Variety is reporting that Melissa McCarthy has entered talks to portray the wicked sea witch Ursula in Disney's live-action Little Mermaid remake. Assuming that she signs on, McCarthy will draw from a script by David McGee, who also wrote Mary Poppins Returns, for her performance as the famous Disney animated villain. And the thing I want to... It also says here, judging by Variety's report, the live-action Little Mermaid is angling to update the otherwise fix the 1989 animated film in the same way that Disney's other live-action retellings have aspired to modernize the movies that inspire them. However, when rumors emerged last year claiming that Lady Gaga was considered to play Ursula, it was met with criticism from fans who felt the iconic antagonist should be portrayed by an appropriately plus-size actress. Fortunately, the remake's creative team isn't going that route and has instead reached out to McCarthy, a multi-talented performer who certainly helped to improve representation for plus-size women on the big screen with her work in the last 8 years since her breakout turn in Bridesmaids. So before we unpack that, because that is a box I will open, and I've got opinions on that myself. And before you start bashing, they're not bad opinions. I just have... There's something...
Certain opinions about it.
There's something for the role of Ursula that I think is more... Crucial than
I think you and I are already
like.
on the same page without saying what it is.
But the thing I want to start with first is looking at Melissa McCarthy. I will ask you, Johnny, should Disney hire or cast Melissa McCarthy? Should she play Ursula in the Disney live action.
I mean,
Little
let's be
Mermaid.
fair. At least half of her, if not with Ursula, more than half, it's going to be CGI'd anyways.
Yeah.
Because what? I mean, let's just say waist down, it's going to be all tentacle. Anyways.
Yeah. So really, it's from the what? Looking at a picture of Ursula from
It's
the
honestly from,
basically shoulders up. It's like she's wearing a
from
strapless dress.
Yeah, it's going to be like a strapless dress of green screen. And then everything up is just hell. If you want to do it like the cartoon, you're gonna have to make your skin purple.
Yeah,
A light tone purple.
We'll get into that.
I'm saying
I will unpack.
we're talking
that.
about look right now.
Yeah, I would say for you, and does that go in there? Should she be Ursula? Should she be Ursula?
I mean, I think with her
Mermaid?
acting range, yes, and we'll talk about just the acting right now.
Okay.
And then we're probably gonna hit sooner than later the thing that you and I are talking about.
Yeah.
The acting, I think she's got the range for it. I've seen her in so many different films, and she does a great job. I think she could pull it off. There's one thing, I'm just going to lead us into it now. There's one crucial role that you and I were talking about, and that's singing Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Thank you. That is what I
That
was
is the
gonna
main
reference.
thing. I don't care what you make Ursula look like, as long as it kind of references the source material.
Yeah.
But if she can't sing Poor Unfortunate Souls, and I'll be honest, I've never heard McCarthy sing, except like jokingly in one where she steals identity theft.
Yeah, not Central Intelligence.
No.
I get the one you're talking about. It was the one with what's his
Jason
face?
Bateman?
Yeah, Jason Bateman.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
So Happy Time Murders. I'm looking at her
No.
IMDb right now. She was in Ghostbusters, Mike and Molly, obviously.
Yeah.
Tammy, was it Tammy?
It may have been Tammy. No, it was not Tammy.
It wasn't Tammy. She was in the Identity Theft.
It is Identity
Thief.
Theft. Okay.
Identity Thief is what it was. Because
Oh.
that was before she was in The Hangover Part 3.
Yeah.
And then she was in The Heat, Tammy, The
But
Boss.
I mean, the only time I heard her sing was that, and that was her jokingly singing to annoy Jason Bateman,
Yeah.
or his character, I should say. And so I don't know if she has like the actual pipes to sing Poor Unfortunate Souls. So like I've never looked it up, and this is something I'm going to do after the podcast because
And that's the
I
thing.
wanna know.
And that's the thing. Like, I didn't know Naomi Scott could sing as well as she did.
Yeah.
Heading into
and that's
Aladdin.
fine. Maybe she can, and I'm not saying she can't. It's just I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
So like I want to know
To me,
going into it, can they sing the role?
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be kind of upset.
To me, that is the most important part is, and you kind of played into it of, can they sing? Because in these Disney movies, these live action movies, except for maybe Dumbo, you got to treat them like musicals.
Yeah.
Like, for example, look at The Lion King that we're going to see in a couple of weeks. Who's playing Simba? Donald Glover, a performer.
Exactly.
Who's playing Nala? Beyonce,
A performer.
A performer.
Oh,
Seth Rogen, I know, has sang like joking songs, but as Pumbaa, Pumbaa's
You're
a
not
character
looking
you can get
for-
away with.
You're not looking for that
Yeah.
voice. You're looking for Pumbaa's voice.
Exactly. Like, you can get away with the Pumbaa character not being perfect, but being good enough.
Exactly.
To sing,
'Cause he's
but,
not
like-
supposed to be perfect.
But like, I look at those two and I go, you know what? Like,
You got performers for it.
like, for example, I'm going to throw out there, because I'm going to answer the question first. Should Melissa McCarthy play Ursula? I am going to be staunch in my opinion. No, I don't think she should. And it has nothing to do with, oh, she's a bad actress, this and that. I don't think her style fits what I want from Ursula.
Okay.
Like, there's a part of me that feels like if she really wanted to, she could pull off the manipulative villain, but it's the singing I have a question about. And there's a part of me that feels like, are there other people out there that can pull off that villainous role a lot better than her? Because everything that, like, Happy Time Murders, you look at Ghostbusters, you look at Mike and Molly, you look at Tammy, you look at The Heat, you look at Bridesmaids, you look at Identity Theft. Is she a villainous role? No. she's that goofy, comedic.
That's true.
And Ursula, like, does Ursula have some comedy to her in a villainous way? Yes.
Yeah, she does in the villainous way.
But you got, like, Ursula's the kind of character where, like, you have to know, like, she shows from the face that she is manipulative, that she is up to no good. She has to strike fear into people as Ursula. And I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, this one, if we were talking about, I would have no idea if she is good for the role because I would have to look into it. But, like, for example, if you type in Ursula the Little Mermaid, there is, an article, I'm getting this from Essence, is the one I pulled this up from. And basically her name is Lizzo. She is a American singer from Detroit, Michigan. How old is she? She is 31 years old. She has come out and said that she wants to play Ursula in the live action remake. So from the Essence article, it basically says, on Friday, Variety reported that actress Melissa McCarthy is in early talks to join the project as the tentacled villain from the original 1989 movie. But fans on Twitter immediately put up the Truth Hurts singer as the perfect person for the role. Lizzo agreed. She even shared a 2018 video of herself dressed up as Ursula and singing a rendition of Poor Unfortunate Souls. And she posted that video on Twitter with the all caps, "I'm Ursula," period, at Disney. And for me, I would be more inclined to go that route because to me, when it comes to Ursula, you got to nail Poor Unfortunate Souls. And I'm sorry, if you're going to take Poor Unfortunate Souls out of the movie, don't. Just don't. Don't basically do what The Lion King did.
Yeah, you already took one villain song
Be Prepared
from me.
out. Because, like, and maybe it's just a thing with Disney movies where we're going to learn we don't care about villain songs. Even look at Aladdin. We took out one of the best things.
We didn't get the reprise.
In the Prince Ali reprise from Prince Ali, da 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 da, now that you know him. And that's probably the
Jafar's
best thing
one,
from the movie, from Jafar. And we didn't see that.
No. I wasn't quite upset about that as the news that we're not getting Be Prepared.
Yeah.
Because that's like a full-on villain song.
Be Prepared, though, and this is where it's different than Poor Unfortunate Souls. Be Prepared, I will admit, has some connotations with the original.
Yes.
That, like the goose stepping.
You could have taken
but you could just take
out.
out the goose stepping.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the problem that I see is all you could have done. The problem with taking it out is you could have just taken out that scene and made it something else.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have choreographed it your own way without taking out the song.
Yeah. But also
maybe he couldn't sing it.
I was going to say, also by cutting that song, maybe then you can cast someone where, hey, singing is
not needed
because we're cutting it. But I would say
hell, that
Ursula,
one wasn't necessarily sung up very much.
I mean, Jeremy Irons did a great job.
He did a great job singing it, but I mean,
Jeremy Irons has got pipes, man.
He does, but let's put it this way. Compared to a lot of the other songs, tell me the range was like not that far. You and I both.
It wasn't a big
You and I
range.
both having musical backgrounds can say there's not a huge range in singing. Be Prepared.
You were not going up and down.
Yeah.
The musical staff.
You're probably going like an octave, maybe an octave and a half.
And I'm curious.
And we're starting to get music talk, so I'm sorry if I'm confusing anyone out there.
So Newsweek has an article basically where fans are reacting to Melissa McCarthy. Yeah. And basically all of them have the same, like, and that's the thing on social media, like Newsweek just said, where everyone is on Twitter proposing that this Lizzo is, and I'm just not familiar with Lizzo.
Yeah. I don't know her acting.
She's been an American singer since 2010. Let's see. What is she? Discography. Oh, okay. We've seen her in a movie this year. She was Lydia in Ugly Dolls.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. So we know.
Oh.
Yeah, cast her. Basically, after that, anyone in Ugly Dolls, I didn't think there was no one in Ugly Dolls that I was like, wow, that's a very bad act. Like, and I'm trying to think. Let me see, Lydia. I'm gonna put it up. Lydia, Ugly Dolls. Which one was Lydia? Oh, that's who she was. She was one of the perfect dolls.
Yeah,
she was the one with perfect hair, or with the purple hair. So yeah, why not and that's the thing. Why not cast someone who can sing? I get the Lady Gaga thing.
Yeah.
Because
want to do a body positivity thing.
Well, not just that. I mean
that's part of it.
It also comes into the conversation too of like when ScarJo did Ghost in a Shell, where it's like you're whitewashing this character, you're taking work away from an Asian actress who could play this role. Mm-hmm. There is that part that's like, yes, you're taking a role away from someone who's plus size that could play the role, because like, could someone say, oh yeah, just cast Lady Gaga and basically Chris Hemsworth her, put a fat suit on her? Mm-hmm. Could you do that? Yes. Would that be the right thing to do? Probably not. No. Because it's taking work away from somebody who could actually play the role without a fat suit. Yeah.
Someone who is plus size that could do the role. And here's the thing. I don't know, what was her name again? The woman?
Lizzo.
Mm-hmm. I don't know her acting chops other than Lydia. And that's not a lot to go off of. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to singing, I'll say yes. But when it comes to acting, it's a maybe. Just like McCarthy, Let's see. To her acting, because I think she could pull off Ursula the rest of the time. I don't know about her singing. So like, it's a maybe on her singing just because I haven't looked into it and I haven't heard it. Mm-hmm. And Lizzo, it's the opposite. So
I'm going to read off her... Oh, that's soundtrack. I'm going to read off her IMDb because it's not long. So her career started in 2016 with a video short called Lizzo Humanize. Then in 2016, she was a guest star on the TV series Brad Neely's Harg Narlin Scolopio PPO. Never seen it.
No idea what that even is.
Then another video short in 2019 called Lizzo Juice. Okay. Then 2019, she was in an episode of Two Dope Queens, a TV show. And then Ugly Dolls in 2019 was her first movie.
Kind of breakout
that
movie.
She was in. She's also supposed to be in the movie Hustlers, which is inspired by the viral New York Magazine article. Hustlers follows a crew of savvy former strip club employees who band together to turn the tables on their Wall Street clients. And then she's also in post-production for a TV short called Yeti Yeti, where she is a magic mushroom. So it's not very much of a huge kind of an actress thing, but when you look at her soundtrack, she's been The Barbershop Next Cut 2016, Shameless she's been on the soundtrack of, A Bad Mom's Christmas, Blockers, that comedy movie with John Cena. Yeah. Basically RuPaul's Drag Race, she was a performer. Happy Death Day to You. The movie Ugly Dolls, obviously, and then the TV series The Red Line. So, like, you look at her soundtrack, that to me kind of, like, I get that there's not a lot of actressing stuff where Melissa McCarthy has her beat on the acting chops. Yeah. But for me, I'm going to go back to the key thing for me. When it comes to Ursula, how do you sing Poor Unfortunate Souls?
No, and I'm agreeing with you on that.
And I'm not saying to some extent. I'm just saying for the people listening and watching, I am on the side where I would be okay hiring someone with not a lot of acting chops and then because here's the thing, you got to make sure they could do it, but I would feel more comfortable with someone being like, okay, I got to put in my due for that side rather than I got to put in my due to sing it. Because if Poor Unfortunate Souls does not hit, that could make or break the movie. In my mind, could make or break the movie.
I agree with you. That's why I'm not saying a solid yes from McCarthy either.
Well, I'll go out and say a solid no for McCarthy.
The only reason I'm saying it's not a solid yes is I'm going to do my research later after the podcast and see can she sing, because I didn't even think to look that up.
Yeah.
And
I just, even with how like her, and here's
her acting, I think she could pull it off to me, because she has that twinge of like, I could see it as Ursula if she wanted to do it.
Well, the question I'm going to ask, and this might be an unfair question to ask with Melissa McCarthy, is, and I'm probably going to phrase this wrong, but isn't she basically a typecast where all of her characters are kind of the same, are they not?
To some degree, yeah, you're right.
I mean, yes, some of them are bad guys. Some of them are good guys, but all of them are just the goofy, I talk too loud kind of characters.
Yeah, for the most part, from what I've seen, it's sort of that, except from in Mike and Molly.
Yeah,
where she actually had a bigger acting range than individual movies.
Mike and Molly, I also like Mike and Molly.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Melissa McCarthy.
Which is why I'm saying I think she has the acting potential. Her singing potential, I have no idea. Whereas Lizzo, I have no idea her acting potential, but singing potential, from what you're telling me, that's fine. So, I mean, I'm not saying to cast either of them specifically right now. If she's gonna put in her dues and get take acting lessons and blah 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 all that, then do Lizzo.
Yeah.
But if McCarthy has the pipes too, because I don't know if she does. I've seen her goofingly sing, but not take it seriously.
Yeah.
So I'm not arguing with you that you're wrong. I'm just in my opinion, it's she's got a maybe on the singing. Lizzo's got a maybe on the acting. They're gonna both have to put in their dues to see which one gets it at this point.
Let me see too. I'm gonna look up on IMDb.
Now I'm gonna bring up a tough question though.
Go ahead.
So remember, and this goes off if we're gonna do the storyline in Little Mermaid from the 1989, right?
Yeah.
So to make it hard for whoever's playing Ariel,
which we don't know by now.
We
don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
She turns herself into someone who looks somewhat like Ariel. Are we gonna have them change that too? We're going to have a separate actress for that, or are they going to play their own role in that?
Oh, I would assume they would have a separate actress and just voice over Melissa McCarthy's voice.
Or whoever does Ursula.
Whoever does Ursula. That's
I would
what
hope
I would
so
assume
too,
if they did that.
to do that, because let's be fair, I would rather go on, not that going against body positivity, but I would want to see the movie how it was. Plus, if you have Eric leave and the person's not overweight, or the person is overweight, it kind of shames body positivity if you think about it.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing I'm looking at here is,
plus if you do McCarthy, you have to get a younger actress to play that, because she plays someone around the same age as Ariel. She turns herself into someone that looks around the same age as Ariel.
The only other things I'm seeing about potential other roles for this, that was it. So this is from comicbook.com, so take it as you will.
Okay.
They say, following Friday's news, Bridesmaids and Ghostbusters star Melissa McCarthy is in talks to join Disney's live-action reimagining of the '89 animated classic The Little Mermaid as Ursula. Former Variety reporter Chris Tapley has revealed McCarthy's potential co-stars. Tapley names Awkwafina. She was in... My mom would know who she is because she was in Rich Crazy Asians. My mom loves Rich Crazy Asians. I think she's the actress that's in that. That's who she is. Have you ever seen that phone commercial for... I think it's an Android phone where it's her and this rapper who I don't know his name, and they're basically getting a pedicure. Yeah, I know
who you're talking about.
She's that chick.
Okay.
She is is rumored for the helpful bird and human treasures expert Scuttle. So the white
funny.
bird. And then Jacob.
She's actually a stand-up comic, I believe.
Yeah. She's my mom's favorite character in Crazy Asians. And then Jacob Tremblay, who is a 12-year-old child actor. He was in The Smurfs 2. Was the first thing he was in. He was also in the Predator movie. He is said to be Flounder. The lead role has yet to be cast, but Disney is said to be eyeing Spider-Man Far From Home star Zendaya. The 22-year-old actress and singer who co-starred in hit musical The Greatest Showman and earlier starred in Shake It Up and Casey Undercover for Disney Channel, recently dyed her hair to the familiar shade of red, fueling speculations she'll next go under the sea. And that's the thing that
Ariel.
That's the thing also they said Zendaya says the red hair is her way of paying homage to famously redheaded Spider-Man supporting player Mary Jane Watson. Her MCU character, Michelle Jones, goes by MJ. Here's the last thing I was going to throw out, and this is the reason why I looked this up, was, to me, if you get Zendaya to play Ariel, I would not go with Melissa McCarthy in that sense. Because the only reason I go Melissa McCarthy is if I feel like my cast is so weak to where I need someone to be the heavy hitter, basically like Aladdin. Mm-hmm. Like, in my mind, if I'm casting Melissa McCarthy, she's my Will Smith. She is the one where, unless you're also thinking, well, Ricky, wouldn't then you put Zendaya into the same category as Naomi Scott, where, yeah, she's been in The Greatest Showman, she's been in Spider-Man Far From Home. Naomi Scott had been in Power Rangers before this, but wasn't really, in my mind, a big heavy hitter, a big draw to the movie. Is she in that category to where you need a Melissa McCarthy to bring people, like, of course you're going to get us who go because we love Disney,
yeah,
but you still need that big name, like a Will Smith.
I think you kind of do, because her name is semi-big, but it's not like big. She's
You're talking about Zendaya. Zendaya, yeah.
Like, she's played a support role in Spider-Man, and she'll be a support role in Far From Home.
Yeah.
She's more of a support role in The Greatest Showman, is she not? Or is she a main?
Well, she was the her and Zac Efron were the love interest.
So I would say she's more of a...
But Hugh Jackman was the main pull.
So she's a support.
Yeah.
Like, she may be a bigger support, just like she is in Spider-Man at this point, it seems, because she's becoming love interest, but she's more of a support so far.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, her Disney Channel, I get it, she was the main, but that's Disney Channel movies. Mm-hmm. That's a little bit different. That still kind of gets you on the support character list to some degree. Or the support character tier when you're comparing to big budget movies.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the reason why I feel like Melissa McCarthy is going to be Ursula, because there's the one thing I can't, although I've said no, she shouldn't be Ursula, because I would pick someone like Lizzo who can sing the part.
Yeah, you know she can sing it. That's what you really want.
There's just a part of me that feels like they're gonna cast McCarthy because they need that pull. They need somebody that they can put the big name on the poster to get them to get to, like, and maybe Ariel, that role does the same thing for Zendaya that I think it's that Jasmine's doing for Naomi Scott, where I think we're going to see Naomi Scott in some more films because of her
bigger
role
roles
in Aladdin. Same thing with, and I'm blanking on his name, but the guy who played Aladdin, we could see him in more films because of his role as Aladdin in that. The only one that I wasn't super high on was Jafar, basically. Any final thoughts before we close out the podcast?
No, I mean, I like I said, I basically split on the board on who to, like you said, Lizzo is for the singing part. She's got the singing part, but McCarthy's got the acting chops. So it's kind of a split. What's going to happen is I'm going to have to see like Lizzo's acting, and I'm going to have to see McCarthy singing to know like more narrow down who
which one
my choice would be. Zendaya, I feel like she could do the acting chops.
Yeah.
I'd be honest, I also haven't heard her sing.
Oh,
because I should have seen The Greatest Showman, and I never got to. So.
I will, after the segment, play you a song from The Greatest Showman.
She can sing, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I've listened to the soundtrack. Then, like, it's some of the best music that I've heard.
As long as you're telling me she can sing, I believe you. So
she can do it. I'll play.
Then she can be Ariel.
After this is done, I'll play you the Zac Efron and her song. But thank you guys for checking out this podcast. Make sure to tune in next week. I'll tell you, a jam-packed show we've got next week, because Johnny and I, because I'm going to be in Vegas and California with Dave, are recording these all in one day. Next week, we're going to be talking MCU, we're going to be talking MCU, and we're going to be talking MCU, as we're going to be looking at Keanu Reeves.
A lot of MCU.
How are they going to introduce Falcon? And then basically some news that Marvel is eyeing Hugh Jackman for Norman Osborn. So that's what you guys can stay tuned for next week. Make sure to hit us up on patreon.com. That's how you support us. Make sure to rate and review the podcast on Apple iTunes and Apple Podcasts. And make sure to follow us and sub to us on twitch.tv/most valuable podcast. Follow us on Twitter also. Johnny is War Machine 90 at War Machine 9085. I'm at Ricky Widmer. Most Valuable Podcast is at Most Valuable Pod. Want to thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Thank you guys for listening on podcast services around the world. And as always, have a good day, everybody.